Hey, we're back here on Gadgetplex with Philip May of Techno RV. The subject today, personal protection. And we were looking at pepper spray and some other non-lethal sorts of things, but time to up the game. And Phil, that means taser.
That's right. We're going to bring in the big guns. Now, as we were talking about pepper spray, they're good in as much as possible, and they do have their limitations. I mentioned about if the wind is blowing, that can be a problem, and a bit of an issue in the amount of time that it takes for them to be effective. It can take a few seconds to feel what's going on and to have the effect of the pepper spray, and that can be those values can count. The other thing is that if the attacker is on drugs, then the pepper spray is much less effective, and that's why police officers have moved away from pepper sprays and now adopted the tasers. So you can see here, these are some shots of a taser. That one there is showing the C2, which is the latest model. This is the ones that we carry, and if I just talk you through the things, it's styled a little bit like a TV remote, so it's very easy to hold. The little red line there is a laser sight. Because these are effective up to 15 feet away, so you want to make sure, and you want it to be as easy as possible to hit your potential attacker. So all you do is just, when you turn it on, you aim up the laser light on the on the attacker.
How much of a deterrent is the laser light itself?
It makes it easy for you to hit them, and then when they when they see the light on them, unless they're kind of a little bit soft in the head, a lot of people, in fact, 80% of the time, police studies have found they'll back off and say, my mistake.
Yeah, I would think that would be a pretty significant deterrent. In fact, I think that's one of the main points that your interview with the people at Taser at CES made, that it does have that deterrent value.
Yeah, absolutely. They've also found that the taser doesn't rely on pain. What it does is it interferes with the communication from a person's brain to their muscles, and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't kind of say, I'm going to muscle through it, I'm going to try and ignore it. It's like the taser takes over control of that person's body, which is why they drop to the ground and stay on the ground as long as they're being tased. And there's I think most people have seen the effects of that. In fact, I think we may have one later that we can see.
Yeah. Well, let's take a look at your CES interview. I mean, it was about 7-8 minutes long, but there were a couple of points that I thought were particularly interesting.
Now, how would that compare? There are other options around, like pepper sprays, and or some people even say wasp spray. And
well, those are
comment about that.
We look at those as tools, and you always want to find the right tool for the right job. Yeah. And certainly, pepper spray is a good tool, but the thing about that is it's a pain compliance tool. What I mean by that is it's literally causing you pain, but you can overcome pain. And that's the limitation of these tools.
If people are on drugs or something, they might not feel it.
They may not even feel it, and they can fight through it, and the spray may come back on you, and now who's in trouble?
Right.
So it's an easy product to use, but it has its limitations. With this, we're incapacitating someone. We're not causing pain. It's uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the feeling. But
you've been tased yourself?
Numerous times. Way too many times. And what we really want to do is incapacitate someone safely. Now, when we have this electricity here, that's going to cause muscle contractions 19 times per second that you can't overwhelm. You can't say, well, I'm just going to stop these contractions.
So you can't ignore it. You can't kind of muscle through it.
There's no getting through this. So we haven't met Superman that can fight through this. Now, it's not a magic bullet. You've got to get 2 probes on somebody. Well, we take that to a really easy level. You certainly just aim the laser sight.
Oh, wow.
It's pretty simple. So we really want to make this a product that you can use during stress.
Yep.
And let's face it, if you've got something scary going on, your hands are shaking, this has no recoil. It's not like a firearm where it shoots up and kicks up. It's simple. You pull back a safety, you get a laser sight, and you simply push that button, place it on the ground, let it do the work for you. And then we replace it for free.
Wow, that's fantastic.
It really is.
Now, I know you've also been starting at the show here to broaden out your focus a little bit to not just personal protection, but maybe you could explain a little bit about the new focus there.
Well, our company has been about saving lives since day one, from law enforcement use to consumer use. I mean, most people know us as the consumer version with, as far as protecting people, but they really know us in the law enforcement community for stopping suspects that are dangerous.
So it looks like police officers are really pretty enthusiastic about the use of the taser for a number of reasons then, huh?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they're effective. It's not relying on pain, so it works in a variety of different conditions, even if the person is on drug use. The ones that we have, the C2s, they use the same technologies the police officers use. Really, the only difference that the police officers have is that their range is extended, and rightly so. Ours are 15 feet, and they can go up to 30 feet. But aside from that, it's pretty much the same deal.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a pretty interesting YouTube clip there. You've seen the movie Police Academy. Well, here's Police Academy group that decided to show a little solidarity with their fellow candidates, and as a group they decided to get tased together. So we'll take a look at this video and see the effectiveness of this thing.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can hear me here, but what they're doing is they're hooking up all of these. I think there's like 11 police officers there to the tasers. They've got they go seem all taken down just with one taser.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, obviously very effective, and what we'll be doing when we come back from the break is taking a look at an actual taser unit. So stick with us here on Gadgetplex and RVNN-TV.
Today's show is brought to you by Angie's List, where you'll find thousands of unbiased reports and reviews about service companies in your area. Whether you're looking for a roofer, plumber, house cleaner, dentist, or even a doctor, Angie's List members share their experiences with each other so that you can choose the service company that's right for your job. Companies can't pay to be on Angie's List, and the reviews come from people just like you who have had experience with the companies mentioned. To find out more, go to RVNN.TV and click on the Angie's List ad.